We are in Cooper's nursery, where I have finally found sanctuary because every time I go to a new room, something's happening in there, or it's too loud, or something's going on, and I have to move. Right now, I said, Blanca, I need a little minute, I need to do a vlog. So they're upstairs seeing the wheels on the bus go round freaking round. Anyway, hello vlog people. Well, it's Friday. And who you may wonder is my friend Friday today. Well, you're not going to believe it, but my friend Friday today is nobody. Okay, this is like, I know I've been really bad about this, and I hope you can understand. I rarely see adults. The only people that I have actually face-to-face contact with are Danny and Blanca, who are adults. And so, except for business meetings and stuff like that, I have no social life, but it's okay. We're going to Oklahoma tomorrow. Nana and Bubba are going to see Cooper, which is very exciting. And Danny and I are going to actually have a date night. We're going to go to a movie. We're going to go to dinner. We may even get a hotel. We're going to do, for the first time since Cooper was born, we're going to do that. We're going to actually have a night out and leave him with Nana and Bubba, who are so excited to see him. And the reason I'm going is because I'm doing a thing called Gimme the Mic, which is like a singing competition like American Idol or Star Search or something. And they've asked me for the last few years to be able to come and judge, and I haven't been able to. And this year, not only was I free on that day, but you know, the grandparents are in town, and so I have an opportunity to then go. And I'm going to do the morning news, talk about it, and then the show is televised in Tulsa. It's kind of a big deal, and it should be a lot of fun. And I'm going to sing something from the record, and then judge this contest. And I love talent. I love talent. So I think it's going to be really fun. And then we'll have some time with the grandparents. Then we come back to Los Angeles. My brother and his daughter visit. And then I go back to Tulsa at the end of the month for this huge arena that's opening. In Tulsa, gigantic. I am going to sing a few songs, a couple from the record, with backed by the choir, and the choir that I used to be called Higher Dimensions. Now it's New Dimensions, and these are my friends, and they can sing. What else is going on? Well, you can see that I cut my hair. It's so hot all the time, and I just gave up. I gave up. It got scraggly. And then I just said, chop it away. It's so comfortable. So easy. It's so easy. This is not the same as a miracle. Something else I promised to address. I know the people who pre-ordered the CDs and the DVDs, you guys are the most enthusiastic and the first ones to get it, and so of course you want to get it first, and I want you to have it first. Everything's signed now. Next week they are going out. Thank you so much for your patience. The DVD looks beautiful. The DVD is basically an interview about every song on the record and about the record, intercut with me doing final vocals in the studio and all the War and War DVDs. I think it could be on television. It's really beautiful. It's beautifully shot. I think you're going to like it. Okay, another thing that I wanted to address is so many of you graciously write in and say, when are you going to play my town? When are you going to be in Fargo? When are you going to be in Peoria? When are you going to be in whatever, Australia? And I'd love to. And Michael always writes back, well, that's up to you. You have to talk to your local promoter or your local venue or whatever. And, of course, it's really not your responsibility. But I'll have to tell you, that is how things happen. Same thing with radio. That is how things happen. So, FYI. And the same with radio. You write them an email, and you send a link to stuff, and you send them songs or something that's particularly time-wise, like right now. It might be Imagine, or it might be Changes on the Way, or for like easy listening stations, it might be something like Before You Go, or Anchor. I guess any of them. Send my music out. I'm really glad you guys are spreading the word because of the whole View fiasco, which we're going to be making up for in other ways. We've got lots of new things planned. I'm very excited about that. But that was sort of supposed to be a big launch, which was a huge disappointment. As we talked about. In fact, you know what? I kind of want to address this. You guys often talk about what a positive attitude I have. And some of you ask how I do it. Because obviously I've had adversity in my life. All of us have. And I have to tell you that sometimes it's very hard. Even though I intellectually know something, even though I intellectually know that something is for the best, that everything is for the best, that the universe works its way in the best, and it's not in my time. It's in God's time. It's in the universe's time. That's not always easy to remember. And I have to tell you that as blessed and fortunate as my life is right now, with my relationship with Cooper, the light of my world, with my pride of this new record, with the talk show negotiations going on, it's also very frustrating. And I feel like this last year, I'm being really honest with you guys, has been, how do I say this? One event after the other that has been changed, postponed. I have felt sort of, this sounds victim-y, which I'm not a fan of, sort of betrayed. Handshakes, forgotten. Looking in the eye, promises made, complete betrayal, lies. So many lies. I have to tell you, the show business, there's a lot of liars out there. A lot of liars. And it's very frustrating, and I know that things end up better than I can imagine, and I just keep going. Like, we all just have to keep going. But it's very, very hard sometimes, and it's very, very frustrating. And yet, we manage to move forward with a positive attitude and with the love and support of our friends. And your support and your words of encouragement, of thrilling, of being thrilled about the record or songs or how something moved you, actually truly motivates me. Because there have been a succession of disappointments. They do lead to better, bigger things, or better things, different things. But it's hard during it sometimes. I'll tell you what it comes down to from my criteria. I will not become someone who is a cynical, suspicious, doubting person who enters a relationship, a business deal, an introduction with, you're going to screw me, you're going to betray me, you're going to lie to me. I will not do it. I would rather be squashed. I would rather be hurt. I would rather be disappointed. I would rather temporarily feel betrayed than to go through my life being cynical and doubtful and ungrateful. I am probably a sap on the worst end of it because I believe you. I believe people. When they say something, I believe them. And very often they mean it at the time, or they're not telling the truth, or they're self-seeking and change it or drop it, or if something doesn't happen in their way in their time, then they drop it. But I will quit before I will become an angry, doubtful, suspicious, cynical person. In my last days of my drinking, days is a metaphor, I was becoming that. Cynical, a victim, why me? And I never wanted to be that. It's one of the things that encouraged me to finally change my life. And I will not be that. So does that make me a doormat? I don't think so. I can be cautious. Sometimes I'm not a great judge of character. But you know what? When it's the real deal, I do recognize it, I think. It's what I call the liver law. Danny and I call the liver law. If it looks like liver and it smells like liver, it's liver. You can throw a little bacon on it, maybe a little onions, but it's still liver. And I think the trick for me is to recognize the liver and stop investing in it and stop putting on onions and stop putting on the bacon and just recognize, you know what, it's liver, move on. I don't want any liver! No liver! So I thank you for your honest support and your honest integrity and your words of kindness and encouragement. It's all relative, you guys. I mean, you might look at my life and say, oh my God. And it's true, I have a really blessed life. I work my ass off. I work really, really, really hard. And I try to be a good person. And I make mistakes. And I make bad judgments. But damn it, I keep going. And my life is full and blessed. Not always perfect. But that's why we're here, isn't it? To have the human experience. To learn from each other. To find compassion for each other. My foibles and my faults and my defects help me to have compassion for yours. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say today. God bless you. Take care. Do something wonderful for somebody. It really is still the ticket. It really is the ticket. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.